Hello everyone, I'm Dan Philgreen, and this is Shell Point Today for Thursday, November 21st. On today's show, we look forward to tonight's performance from Ars Nova String Trio. Albert Myers will preview his thought-provoking academy class. And we'll take a look back at all the festive events from our Festival of Heroes Week. But first, today we have an event about wireless internet. Do you remember the days when talking about wireless referred to picking up local radio stations? Today, wireless devices allow you to access the internet from anywhere in your home, or even outdoors in public places. Find out more about your options for wireless internet by attending the Computer Club, meeting today at 2:15 p.m. in the Manatee Room on the island. All are welcome. And then tonight, it's the first event in our Concert and Conversation series. It's the Ars Nova String Trio, based in Naples, Florida. They'll be performing tonight at 7 p.m. in the Grand Cypress Room, with desserts and mingling to follow. We asked members of our own Shell Point String Ensemble why they are looking forward to this concert.
Violins, violas, cellos. The first violin would play the upper part, and then the viola would play the next lowest, and then the cello the lowest. I myself played when I was young. My grandfather was in the music department at Oberlin College. And although I didn't know him, my grandmother told me a lot about him. And she, in fact, gave me his violin. So when I was in junior high, that's when I began playing. When I started playing the violin again, after many years of not playing, I wanted someone to play with. And so I talked to a few people here, and we got a few people together. Some of these people have been playing for, 40, 50, even 60 years. And then there are one or two who have only been playing for maybe not quite 10 years. One thing that this group has taught me is keeping time with them. You know, when I am playing by myself, I can use any time I want to, but when I play with them, I have to be with them. I hear only myself when I'm playing by myself, but now we hear 3 or 4 different parts, and that's the beauty of playing together. Also, there's the camaraderie too, getting to know other people, knowing their musical backgrounds. Musically, they have helped me a great deal. This group likes to play traditional music. Right now, being close to Christmas, we're concentrating on Christmas music, but then we'll play waltzes and marches, show tunes, hymns sometime. So just the gamut.
This upcoming concert, why are you excited about this string trio? What intrigues you about them?
Oh, just the idea of actually listening to professionals. Three professionals, violin, viola, and cello. And to be in a smaller room, where you can really hear the sounds. When you're in a smaller room, you don't need a lot of sound equipment. Many people love being here in the Grand Cypress Room. I'm looking forward to this group.
So, the Shell Point String Ensemble will be performing in December, but the Ars Nova String Trio you can hear tonight at 7 p.m. in the Grand Cypress Room. And keep in mind, this is your last chance to save $20 by purchasing season tickets to our Concert and Conversation series. To take advantage, call our box office at 454-2067. We now shift our attention to the global stage. Dr. Albert Myers loves to moderate discussions about international topics of interest. Tomorrow, he'll be hosting an Academy event on the subject of mass violence and genocide, how it still goes on today, even though we always say, never again. Is there anything that we can do to stop it? Find out by attending this Academy event called Before the Killing Begins. It happens tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the Grand Cypress Room. Terry Kolath has this preview.
Hello everyone, I'm Terry Kolath and I'm here today with Dr. Albert Myers of Genonia. We're talking about a special opportunity we're offering in the Academy of Lifelong Learning. Thanks for joining me, Albert.
A great pleasure, Terry.
It's so nice once a year that the members of the Inquiring Minds group brings us a DVD from the Stanley Foundation. Now, you do this on a regular basis with Inquiring Minds, but once a year, you and I kind of think, what kind of topic should we explore in the Academy this year? And what we've decided on to this semester, is Before the Killing Begins, the Politics of Mass Violence.
And it's one of the most difficult questions in our world today. But you and I lived through the generation which was saying back in the 40s and 50s, never again, never again. Yeah. But it's happened again and again and again and again and again. You know, not only the Holocaust, Cambodia, the Bosnian massacres, genocide in South Sudan, in Iraq, in Libya, in the Eastern Congo, on and on and on we could go. It's just been horrific.
And never again, why are we still experiencing mass violence? Is this something we're going to look at when you share the DVD with us?
Partly, but mostly we're going to look at how to intervene ahead of the mass violence. In other words, to intervene helpfully as a world community based on the agreement signed in the United Nations by 170 world leaders in 2005. Responsibility to protect. That's the protocol. Working out the details of that is something that the whole world community has a stake in. Now, we have examples of the way it's worked initially, but we need to expand our understanding and our support for this, and that's one of the aims of our program.
Okay, so anyone across the country who's looking at this DVD will be able to assess this accord that's been agreed to.
We hope so, and how it can be implemented. There's the key. Mm-hmm. It's one thing to have the goal. It's quite another thing to make sure everybody's on board and that we intervene early by watching for the signs as to when instability is coming into a country and or terrorism has started to begin, and or when genocide appears on the horizon, and how can we intervene helpfully in a positive way before the killing begins?
Tell us a little bit about these Stanley Foundation DVDs. It seems from the ones you've shared in the past that they're just fabulous.
The Stanley Foundation is a private foundation, a family-owned foundation. It's not accountable to any political board of directors externally, but it has such a good reputation and is so well regarded around the world that we've found their materials to be helpful in stirring discussion and eliciting ideas from people. And that's the key in the Academy program. We want to give most of the time to discussion, to engage people.
Well, as always, we thank you, not only for what you do on a regular basis, you and the others in Inquiring Minds, but for bringing it to us in the Academy of Lifelong Learning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I hope you take advantage of this once-a-year opportunity, if you're not a regular member of Inquiring Minds, to come find out what the Stanley Foundation is all about. Look at the amazing information they bring us in a DVD and take part in discussion afterwards. You're all welcome on Friday, November 22nd. We'll meet in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands from 10 to 11:30 with Dr. Albert Myers of Genonia, who will facilitate our discussion.
Last week, Shell Point celebrated the Festival of Heroes, a week-long celebration of the heroes in our lives, from well-known public figures to everyday heroes. It began with a parade around the island, ending at a picnic in the park. The week also included a Wall of Heroes display in the Resident Activity Center, a Veterans Day get-together in the Grand Cypress Room, a presentation from Joseph Julmius about his trips to Haiti, a candlelight celebration in the village church, and a dramatic reading about the Statue of Liberty, a concert from tenor Daniel Rodriguez, and a volunteer event celebrating the heroes here at Shell Point. Let's take a look back at our Festival of Heroes.
Come into my heart. Tell me, darling, we will never part. I want you, darling, so come go with me. Come on, go with me. Come on, go with me. Come on, go with me. Wow, 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 wow.
And the world will be better for this, that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star.
It's time now to cover all of today's happenings, followed by your Academy News, menus, and Village Church Connections.
Thank you for joining us for the Happenings segment of Shell Point TV. I'm Bev Chandley. This is Leslie Brand, and we're going to go over the activities that we offer for you here at Shell Point today. We're going to start out with an 8 o'clock golf outing. This is the Men's Golf Association down at the golf course. At 8 o'clock, we also have the Round Robin Men's Doubles Tennis at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. 9:30 is the time for current events. They'll be in the game room of the Woodlands. Also at 9:30, we have the Ladies Match Play Tennis down at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. Two more 9:30 activities today. We have the Paddlers Club. They'll be meeting at the Kayak Storage Facility. Our last 9:30 activity is the card game of Samba. That'll be played down at the Woodland Commons, second floor. And at 9:45, we have an introduction to beginning line dancing at the Health Club. 10 o'clock, the Susie Q heads out to Woody's for barbecue lunch. Sign up is required at the Island Greeters desk. And at 10:15, we will round out the morning with basic line dancing in the Health Club. Here's Leslie for the afternoon lineup.
Well, Bev, at 12:45 is Mahjong in the Library Lounge. 1:15 is the Butterfly Garden Committee meeting in the Butterfly Gardens on the island. 1:15 also is Shuffleboard at the Shuffleboard Courts on the island. And lastly, at 1:15 is Spot Play Readers in the Osprey Room. 2:15 is Computer Club in the Manatee Room on the island. 2:30 is the Christmas Cantata Rehearsal in the Choir Room. 2:45 is a Health Connections Balance and Mobility Training Level 2 in the Health Club, but that one is closed. 4 o'clock is the Seamstress for their weekly service in the Osprey Room. 4:30 is Alcoholics Anonymous in the Sable Room on the Woodlands. 7 o'clock is Pinnacle in the Library Lounge. 7 o'clock also is the Concert and Conversation Series. Ars Nova String Trio in the Grand Cypress Room in the Woodlands. Tickets are required. 7 o'clock is the Trailblazers Bible Study in the Game Room on the Woodlands. Thank you for tuning in with us today this Thursday, and we hope to see you right back here to tell you about the weekend activities.
Hi, I'm Terry Kolath with your Academy information for Thursday. At 8 o'clock, our Sundance Orchid Tour Academy on the Go begins court pickup at 8 o'clock on the island. Sign up is required. At 10 o'clock, math for those who never liked math continues in the Sable Room of the Woodlands. And at 1 o'clock, Mahjong Basics continues in the second floor country kitchen at the Arbor. At 1 o'clock, story writing continues in the Buttonwood Room of the Woodlands. Tomorrow, we have Before the Killing Begins. This is presented with the DVD from the Stanley Foundation with moderated discussion following with Dr. Albert Myers of Genonia.
Menus for Thursday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is basil chicken with couscous and grilled vegetables. The dinner special is the Crystal Carving Board for $11.95, and the soup of the day is potato leek. In the Island Cafe for lunch on Thursday, enjoy a mushroom Swiss burger with fries for $7.25. The dinner special is Thai night for $8.25. In the Palm Grill, the dinner specials are grilled ribeye for $18.95 or crab cakes for $16.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hi, I'm Randy Woods, and I'm here today with Glenda Stephenson, and we're really looking forward to our annual Community Thanksgiving Eve service just coming up. Just a short time away. Next Wednesday night, November 27th. Glenda, as we've come together in the last several years, it's always a special time for the church and the community, gathering together and hearing from those residents and staff. Tell us, who will be speaking this year as we gather on Wednesday night?
We have a variety of speakers like we normally do. Shar Stemple will be speaking. She's a resident here. And then Dr. David Nesselrode, who is an employee, works as one of our doctors here in the community, will be sharing, as well as our own pastor, Pastor Andy Hawkins. Mm-hmm. All of them sharing a little bit about God's blessing in their life this past year and why they're thankful.
Yeah. It's always very inspiring to hear the personal testimonies, as well as that expression of praise with the combined choirs. I'm privileged to direct both the church choir along with the Shell Point singers. Right. And we'll fill the stage, I'm sure, as all those folks gather together and blend our hearts and voices in singing God's praise. And this year, I know we have a special opportunity, as each year, to provide resources, to give a gift. Tell us about the offering this year and how that's going to benefit others who are in need.
We always take a Thanksgiving offering, and it goes this year to Comma Services, Compassion and Mercy Associates. Comma Services is the relief arm of the Christian Missionary Alliance. Mm-hmm. And this year our offering is going to go for relief efforts. Right now in the news we've been hearing all about the Philippines. Syrian refugees have been a major issue in recent months. And so Comma Services works in relief ministries in some of these key areas of the world, and our offering is going to go to support that.
So we can participate by giving a gift, but we also can participate in bringing canned goods and supporting needs here in our own community through the food pantry. Tell us about that.
Right. Our church and the community here at Shell Point has been very involved in the South Fort Myers Food Pantry, helping needy people in this part of Lee County. And Thanksgiving time is a wonderful time to just reach out and do something in the way of generosity for those in our community that are suffering and needy. And so we're encouraging folks to bring some canned goods when they come to the Thanksgiving Eve service. If they would prefer, they could bring a cash gift as well. Checks need to be made out to Harry Chapin and Mark South Fort Myers Food Pantry. And the beauty of that is every $1 that we give as a cash gift buys $6 in food through Harry Chapin.
And I understand there's a matching gift also that's going to even multiply that further.
There is. Right now there is a matching gift, so that's major.
Well, we're blessed in so many ways, and it's a great opportunity for us to share with others locally and internationally through these opportunities. It's always a wonderful service. Great way to start. Yeah, I really do too. The testimonies, the music, just the quiet time for us to ponder and on our own hearts reflect on God's blessings over the past year. And as we as a community, as a church, we truly do give thanks to God for his blessings.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We look forward to that. We invite you to join us at the church. That's Wednesday night, November 27th, Thanksgiving Eve at 7:15. If you have family and friends visiting, be sure to bring them along as we gather for this very special tradition, the Thanksgiving Eve service here at the church Wednesday night at 7:15.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow as we see the fun and excitement from the 10th Annual Shell Point Open Golf Tournament. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Thursday, November 21st. I'm Dan Philgreen, and from all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.